Hello and welcome back to the Shattered Balance series in Crusader Kings 2 with the Historical Immersion Project mod. In the last episode we have still been at peace because of our 15-year peace pledge, but we are more than two-thirds of the way through it now, so before the end of this episode we should be done with that and able to declare wars again. Probably will be of age before the end of this episode too, and we can even get some new technology. I think castle infrastructure is probably the most valuable there. Or it's something we need to get at least. Tryphon claims he would be a better steward than my half-brother. And he would be. And I suppose I don't much care about my half-brother's opinion, so we'll appoint him. That's fine. Have him collect taxes in the capital. And let's go to speed 5 again and get our growing up and everything else done with as soon as possible. Oh, my mother died a natural death, so we have the Due of Achaea to Artemios the Lecher. Fortunately, he's relatively pleased with me. We still have our Chancellor improving relations with him. This, of course, is our lucky ruler vassal. Well, let's hope he doesn't get up to anything shady while he's the regent. A pretty large Kartli up here, another kingdom formed. Cool emblem as well. Is that like a beetle or something? Crimea, I think, has expanded even further into even more tribal holdings. I wonder why our guardian let that peasant get away. I'll go and ask her. Okay, we gained the kind trait. That is fine with me. We're going to be pretty bad at intrigue. Alright, our vassal is declaring war. And we have a character declaring a host invasion on somebody. Good luck with that. Wherever you're off to. This guy over here is also pretty big, but his holdings are probably largely tribal as well. At least in the north. The two Muslim realms in Iberia are pretty much dividing it up evenly between themselves. Actually, there are 3 large Muslim realms, since this guy is a Muslim as well. Another of our vassals declaring war. And Meath should definitely be able to form the Kingdom of Ireland sometime soon. I expect. So, you are at war with... over here. Okay, I guess that's over, actually, since we now apparently own that land. That's fine, I suppose. It's nice that we can still expand, even though we've pledged peace for 15 years. Okay, one of our counts died. And we have an independence faction again. Alright, the biggest tower in Thessalonica is staggering high, but I had decided to climb all the way up on the outside. I saw my half-sister and guardian in the room at the top and shouted a greeting. She didn't look too happy. She deals with my curiosity, okay. Okay. I died under suspicious circumstances. So, it would have been, I guess, more convenient for us if that had happened about 13 years ago, but that's fine. So we're now Despot Symmachus of Thessalonica, who I guess is the next youngest sibling since we were still on Ultimogeniture. Alright, well, we'll see if we have any vassal opinion problems in just a minute. A young artist is working on what is clearly a divinely inspired icon depicting St. George. He needs sponsorship to finish it so we can place it in our own chapel. Yeah, let's lose 1 gold for 1 marshal. That seems pretty good. We are not a great character. We are only a skilled tactician, so our marshal is fine. The rest of our stats are pretty average. We are craven, so we'd like to get rid of that at some point. Our heir now is our son, obviously our youngest son because of Ultimogeniture, which is starting to seem like maybe a bad idea, but we'll keep it for the moment. We need to choose a focus. Let's go for rulership focus. I generally like that one. We have 4 children lacking guardians, so we may need to use those for vassal opinion. Check out our dukes especially. None of them are especially happy, and Achaia is the least happy as usual. Apparently we're a known murderer. I wonder if that is from murdering the previous king. Okay, well, we'll give out these children. And give you to Dyrrhachion. You to Achaia. You can go to Achaia as well, since he's the lowest. And you can go to Macedonia. Alright, we have 823 gold. We should be able to bribe any other dukes that aren't already happy. Ooh, he's an expensive one. Okay, so we still have the Counts who are unhappy, of course, but we'll deal with those on a case-by-case basis as they become problematic. As it is, with our dukes relatively happy, and presumably they're the most powerful vassals, they should balance out any problems from the Counts. Okay, well, let's see if we can get rid of Craven by going on a hunt. If we can. We don't have the option to go on a hunt, apparently. Don't have any health traits. Well, we'll try waiting till next year, maybe. We can probably go down to speed 4 at this point as well, since we're no longer waiting to grow up. Still no hunt available. Okay. There's probably something else going on. We can't ransom any of these prisoners, so I guess I'll just release them. Bitter? Olives can't be this bitter. Who can eat them? How will anyone make olive oil? It seems the stock of olives I bought were too raw. What a waste. So we lose 6 gold. Well, that's okay. It's not the worst thing that ever happened. The Ecumenical Patriarch is happier. Alright, well I think the first war I'd like to get involved in is to take back this county down here. We'll just do the de jure claim in favor of the Duke down here. He's going to be very happy if we do that, and that will take care of him for at least the lifetime of our character, I think. So it gets back the land that we lost previously, and also takes care of one of our powerful vassals. So we'll send these troops down here to deal with this, and the rest of our troops will have meet up over here to head up to the rest of her land in Moldova. Measles, okay. So this is our son and heir, so we'll try and educate him ourselves. Okay. This is the King of Wallachia. He wants to marry the princess to my brother. Okay. I'll accept that. We could call him into our war, but I don't think that's going to be necessary. My son is mastering the art of swordsmanship. Alright, our sister is no longer the Protostrator because she died bedridden and infirm. Oh. So we'll have to appoint, I guess, our wife, who is the best person for the job. Have her train troops in our capital. And we just lost another county somehow. Alright, well, we'll have to conquer him back as well. I guess that was another inheritance thing, probably. So the army from Moldova is trying to siege me without any success here. We'll just ignore them and siege the land up here. Though this siege down here will be worth the most since it's the target of the war and also her capital. Our son became a flamboyant schemer. Okay, not a great character, but that's fine. During a visit to Woden, do Artemius the Lecher, the Jew of Achaia, and his entourage were accosted by brigands who made off with several valuables. Efforts to catch the thieves have failed, and the Jew is now demanding compensation from the Kefale of Woden. The matter has been brought for arbitration at my court. So he'll pay for what was lost. He can't be held responsible for the theft, or I can personally compensate the Duke. Let's do that one. Increase both of their opinions. I mostly only care about his opinion, but I do care about it quite a lot since he's pretty powerful. Of course, this war here is going to permanently increase his opinion by 100, I think, so maybe it's not important to get that plus 25, but it can't hurt. So 43% from the one battle and siege that we had so far, up to 65. Shouldn't be too much longer then. Leave them all be, that's fine. And we have an unlanded son, but I'm not going to land him. And we have another son that lacks a guardian, so we'll send him for education. Not to Achaia, since He's pretty happy now. We'll give him to Dyrrachion. Even though he might become Bulgarian. Okay. So between that and the war and the 25% from the leadership event, this guy is going to be no problem, so we should definitely move our Chancellor to somewhere else. I'm guessing Epirus is probably a good idea. We do still have this one countess in, or countess, in a faction, but I'm not too worried about her. She really dislikes me. Alright, this guy claims he would be a better ecclesiarch than my current guy. Well, that is true. And his nickname is the Unchaste, which makes him sound like a cool guy, so let's make him our ecclesiarch. Alright, this siege is finished. We are at 100%. We'll enforce our demands, take our land back, disband these troops, bring these ones back home. And this guy should now be pretty permanently happy until he dies or I die. Which is good. In your realm, stories have spread of a conman who sells charms to unsuspecting children. Some have said that these charms are actually real, others claim they are fake. Some say the fake ones are as effective, if not more, than the real charms, and yet others believe the opposite. Regardless, the conman seems to have mysteriously left for other lands. I wonder whether he was a real conman or a fake one. So we get mysterious conman in our province, giving us extra revolt risk and lower city tax. Well, that seems unfortunate. That's okay though. We don't actually have a city in this county, so the city tax portion does nothing. We're apparently suffering coastal flooding in our capital. That's pretty bad, though it expires in less than a month now, so that's fine. We don't have enough money to build another castle yet, but we'll probably just save up until we can afford that. And I guess we should just go ahead and conquer this land back if he's not going to accept vassalization. He also has this county over here, okay, which apparently is being sieged by somebody. Rebels. Oh, okay. So maybe he's just going to lose that one. Alright, we may as well just declare war to take this one back. If we can. Oh, our levies are still raised, so of course we can't. And we could do the de jure claim on Arta, which again would have the effect of raising our duke's or our duchess's opinion. Which I guess would be fine. We'll just bring everyone over this way. His other county is already sieged by rebels. Probably means he has no troops to raise either. He has called in some allies, but probably nobody I need to worry about. The kitchen is truly a wonderful place filled with delicious things and smells, but it worries me that Theophilos spends all his time there when he should be practicing sword fighting and learning how to rule. You can force him to learn how to fight, giving an 80% chance of him becoming brave, or say, it's not my concern when he'll probably become gluttonous. Well, obviously we'll try to make him brave. And we did, okay. He is still slothful and shy, which is not great, but hopefully we'll be able to give him a few more good traits before the end of his education. So some of the armies from his allies are nearby. An old veteran has offered me some useful suggestions on how best to conduct the ongoing war. Okay, so we get bonus to our vassal levies, morale of armies, and military tech spread rate. Seems good. Alright, we'll try to clap the leader in irons, I guess. And we are only up to 17% from that one siege, so we're probably going to have to siege his other land as well. Which means that we're not going to get this war finished in this episode, because we are just about out of time. I'll send half of the army over in this direction, though. So we'll leave it here for now. Thanks for watching, and join me again next time when we'll finish this war.